Mel Gibson just dropped the hammer. Death penalty for elite pedophiles and Hollywood cannibals, named in the unredacted Epstein files. His team has been ripping through those 3.5 million pages of DOJ hellfire. Videos, manifests, proof that won't be buried anymore. And the verdict is in. Ellen DeGeneres, mad, bad, and extremely dangerous. A key player in Hollywood's darkest circle, according to Gibson. Her and every conspirator shielding these monsters, they face justice now, or the whole rotten system survives. This isn't rumour, this is reckoning. The masks are off, the files are open, and the truth is hitting like a freight train. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. We've been screaming it from the rooftops for years. The elites are cannibals. Not metaphorically, literally. The Epstein files didn't just expose flights and parties, they exposed menus, cannibal diets, human meat, child meat, sourced, shipped, and served at private retreats where the most powerful names on the planet gathered to stay young, stay powerful, and renew their contracts with the devil. This isn't a story from ancient Babylon or the fall of the Mayan Empire. This is 2026. This is now. And according to Mel Gibson, the warnings he's been sounding for years are being ignored. He's not whispering anymore. He's furious. He says the public was told, the signs were there, and still, Hollywood is infested with pedophiles and cannibals. It's time to get serious about cleaning out the trash and ending the epidemic, as Representative Tim Burchett said last week.
You know, shows the pimp and dressed in the fine clothes and the nice car and, you know, talking tough and all that. And that's all these people are. They're awful, awful, demonic people. And they deserve to burn in hell. And people say, oh, Burchett, you don't want to hang those people. The hell I don't. Bring them out to the farm. We'll take care of them. And I am not kidding you. We've got to start taking this stuff serious in this country, folks. End them all. That's what we've got to do. There's nothing redeemable about these people.
The Epstein files paint a picture so grotesque, so depraved, that it reads less like modern politics and espionage, and more like something out of a dystopian horror novel. Private islands, gated mansions, ritualized abuse. Elites treating human life as disposable. Trafficking networks operating behind velvet curtains and biometric locks. It's darker than your worst nightmares.
People going crazy think they found a code word for human meat? Wait, what?
Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey.
Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that?
Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids.
And then came the devastating emails that implicate some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry.
Leonardo DiCaprio's been implicated. New ones today is huge email list of him and Woody Allen talking about, yeah, you know, I'm mainly on a human diet. I'm cannibalism. It's really made me lose weight. I grind the bones up for fiber. And then they talk about in other emails, the last tranche, about, yeah, I've been on this cannibalism diet for a while, but now I'm going to get off this for a while.
Wow. And this is in the emails?
In the emails.
Right now, Mel Gibson says Ellen DeGeneres is a dying crazed woman who's living on the run. He described her public meltdowns, incoherent live streams at 3 a.m., screaming at shadows, accusing everybody from her former assistants to the mailman of being agents. Nobody believed him. They thought he was exaggerating the evil. She couldn't possibly be eating children, trading their bodies and blood like currency with Hollywood executives. Then, Ellen was caught in the spotlight by the Epstein files, and millions of people were jolted awake. Now Ellen's hurtling 100 miles per hour towards either a prison cell for the rest of her natural life or death. Because according to medical reports, just like Epstein himself, she was afflicted with Kuru, a disease that comes from eating human remains and human flesh.
This is one of the most disturbing videos found in the Epstein files. In the video, Epstein is filming himself very closely. You can see swelling in his mouth and strange, uncontrolled lip movements. At first, the video does not seem shocking. So why did it have such a big impact online? Some internet users connected it to a very rare and deadly disease linked to certain practices that cannot be named directly here. This disease is called Kuru, a brain disorder first discovered in the 20th century among people in Papua New Guinea. Kuru is not caused by a virus or bacteria. It is caused by prion, which are damaged proteins that slowly destroy the brain. It works in a similar way to mad cow disease. What looks strange in the video is not the mouth swelling, because Kuru does not cause visible swelling. The strange part is the uncontrolled mouth movements. In brain diseases, early signs can include loss of muscle control and speech problems.
But hold everything, because we've got something that will end this nightmare once and for all. I'm talking exclusive, never before heard intel straight from Mel Gibson himself. The man who's been blowing the whistle on Hollywood's satanic underbelly since the 1980s just blew the whistle with evidence that Ellen DeGeneres is not walking away. He says the net is closing faster than anybody realizes. Plus, those full UK medical files. Don't go anywhere. This is the episode they don't want you to finish. Think the healthiest thing in your pantry right now is some overpriced superfood? Wrong. It's actually olive oil. Yeah, that bottle you've got sitting on your cupboard isn't just for cooking, it's a weapon to help you look and feel younger inside and out. No big pharma potions, just nature's real deal. Dr. Stephen Gundry, a rogue surgeon who's done with the system, says high-quality olive oil is a game changer. The problem is the industry is a cesspool. Nearly all brands in stores are watered-down junk, pushed for profit, not your health. Dr. Gundry has had enough. He's exposing the real truth about olive oil with a free video for viewers of this channel. He'll show you how to spot the real stuff that works wonders for your body with just a few tablespoons. This isn't hype. It's the truth they don't want you to know about. Visit getolive1.com/TPV, the link's below. I've watched his free video and the information blew me away. If you're genuinely interested in changing your life with olive oil, go to getolive1.com/TPV now. You won't regret it. Mel Gibson didn't just dip his toe into Hollywood. He dove headfirst into its darkest underbelly and came out sounding the alarm. He tried to tell us, Hollywood isn't just weird, it's profoundly systematically twisted. A machine built on secrets so vile, they'll make your skin crawl. Beyond tabloid scandals, beyond the usual sex, drugs and power plays, we're talking levels of depravity that most people can't even wrap their heads around without losing their mind.
When I came over here, I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track. That some of your worst nightmares were real at the time. And you think, it does rip your life to pieces.
Does it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
And it's always pounding at the walls. It's
Yeah.
these little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like beat your walls in.
Pedophilia rings protected by silence, satanic rituals. elites trading in innocence like it's currency. Gibson saw it, named it in veiled terms back when nobody wanted to hear it, and paid the price. Blacklisted, ridiculed, career torched. And now, with Epstein files exploding, old lists resurfacing, and whistleblowers finally getting airtime, those conspiracy rants don't sound so conspiratorial anymore. They were prophetic.
I'd had a gut full of the whole industry. I mean, it's a very strange place, Hollywood. But it's an odd place. And you imagine all these horror stories there that you think, boy, it seems as if I'm being sacrificed over here. No, that couldn't be true. And then you realize that it is true.
For years, people laughed him off as crazy, washed up, or just another bitter has-been with an axe to grind. But those old interviews, those cryptic warnings, they're aging like fine wine. Or maybe, like evidence finally seeing daylight. And Gibson isn't done yet, far from it. He's demanding Ellen DeGeneres face justice for her crimes exposed in the Epstein files. And the same applies to Woody Allen, Leonardo DiCaprio, and countless others, who've been exposed as associates of Epstein, indulging in unthinkable crimes.
I've just ripped through millions of those Epstein files. Unredacted sections my team fought tooth and nail to access. And what stared back at me horrified me straight to the bone. Not the garden variety pedophilia webs strangling Hollywood. No, the real Baal-worshipping satanic filth I've carried in silence for decades. Ritual abuse carved into flesh, blood offerings poured out in penthouses, invocations of ancient darkness to steal youth and power from the innocent. This isn't paranoia, this is official documentation. If this doesn't shatter your denial and light a fire in your gut, nothing ever will. Look at Ellen, that perky laugh, that be kind facade, that whole sunshine and rainbows empire she built on your screens. It's a rotting mask over pure evil. She's not just mad. She's rabid, foaming at the mouth with the kind of insanity that devours everything pure. She needs to be put down like the rabid dog she is. No mercy, no hesitation. Those souls she's ensnared, the innocent light she's extinguished or chained inside her twisted core, we have to set them free. These Epstein files, millions of pages, videos, images, receipts from hell, child trafficking networks running through Hollywood's veins, blood as currency in their sick rituals, elites gorging on innocents to cheat death. I demand an apology from the sneering critics, the spineless executives who slammed doors, the cowards who protected these demons. Start the list with Ellen. The DOJ has the evidence. They could drag her in chains tomorrow. No bail, no cushy deals, straight to a supermax where the kuru rotting her brain finishes what justice starts. And she's the weak link. Snap her and the whole satanic chain shatters. Now brace yourself. We've got to talk about nightmare that still churns my gut. The jerky. Not some cowboy snack. This is human horror, lab sealed and shipped on ice. Pineal glands, pituitary extracts, harvested from children. Yes, children, flash frozen at -80 for maximum potency. Peptides, DMT spikes, melatonin floods, the fuel for Epstein's God complex madness. Adrenochrome, precursors to chase eternal youth, psychic highs, transhuman upgrades. And they weren't eating steak, they were consuming the seed of the soul. Email straight from the abyss. Epstein demanding special jerky tested in Israeli labs for DMT and peptides. Ghislaine, pineal jerky frozen, procedure this weekend. Basement chambers on Little St. James, stirrups, cryovats, ritual altars. White jerky, soft jerky, liquid nitrogen preservation. Useless for barbecue, perfect for glands ripped from the young. Zorro Ranch logs. Item 17, pineal jerky harvested from donor number 12. A kid stolen, sacrificed, powdered into elixirs so these monsters could play immortal. These aren't just pedophiles, they're cannibal occultists, Baal-worshipping vampires draining babies for jerky. Code for desiccated pineal from the defenseless. Epstein's obsession. Reverse engineer enlightenment, steal intuition, bottle godhood, all funded by blood and terror. I've shouted it for decades. Blood is their currency. Now the proof is in the public square. I can't nail every thread in court tomorrow, but I know their playbook. I lived through the blacklist for exposing it. The hammer's falling, arrest imminent. When Ellen drops, the empire collapses. Gatekeepers, enablers, the whole circus. Hollywood's facade is shattering, and the abomination underneath will scar your soul forever. Wake up. Fight back. The reckoning isn't coming. It's here, and it's merciless. Stay loud, or the darkness wins.
Mel Gibson didn't whisper warnings for decades so you could shrug and scroll on. He paid in exile, in ridicule, in silence from the very town that feasts on silence. Now the monsters he named are lit up in red ink, cornered, exposed. So here we stand, at the edge of the abyss they created, staring back at them. Will you look away? Will you let the mask slip back into place? Or will you raise your voice until the whole rotten cathedral collapses under the weight of its own evil? If you're choosing to take a stand, take a second to protect yourself. Because in an online world where the powerful monitor every click, every search, every whisper about their crimes, you need to stay invisible. Legacy VPNs? Forget it. Proton? It's literally funded by the WF and the EU. Let that sink in. Express Nord, Surfshark, they all keep logs, they all cave to warrants. They're all headquartered in 5914 ICE countries that will hand your IP over faster than you can blink. You need something that cannot betray you. That's vp.net/TPV, the world's first trustless VPN. No central servers they can raid, no logs they can seize because there's nothing to seize. It runs on blockchain nodes spread across thousands of independent operators. Even if the entire US government demands your data, there's nobody to hand it over to. It's mathematically impossible to de-anonymize you. No logs, no backdoors, no subpoenas that ever get answered. vp.net/TPV. One click, and you're invisible to the deep state. Smart people are already there. See you on the other side.